Welcome back. Apparently, 16 stores a day are closing on our high streets, leaving some towns like ghost towns. Now, the blame is being put on the increase in online shopping. So is it our own fault for not using them all?
I must admit, I was talking to my grandchildren the other day about shopping, and sometimes...
You've been chatting to them a lot recently.
I know, but I do talk to them a lot. But anyway, they buy nothing in shops. They buy everything, clothes, everything online. Technical stuff. And I'm used to this online, so I leave it to them now.
See, this picture here, this is so depressing. This is so symbolic now of high streets all over the country. And I just think it's a real shame. And I do think that online has a certain... I mean, a bookshop near me, a little lovely local bookshop, has now just given up the ghost. The online book buying business has just killed him completely. But, you know, there's the little cheese shop and there's the... But online has its thing, but for me, it's the parking. I get charged something... And, you know, I live in London, so the parking charges are enormous. And I get charged something like £3 to park outside to go and buy a loaf of bread that only costs £1. And so in the end, you end up thinking, well, I want to get a newspaper, I want to get some bread, I want to get some milk. Oh, it's easier to go to the big supermarket just on the edge of town where you park for free, get everything under one roof. And it's killing local businesses. And I think that local councils have to take part of their responsibility.
I live next door to my mum and dad, and we moved there when I was 10. And when we moved there, it was your classic, like, down the road shops. You know, there was the deli and the cheese shop and the butchers and the vegetables, and everybody knew everybody, and everybody looked out for the old people in the area and all of that. And then the big supermarket came, and they'd been there years, literally years. Also, at the same time, came parking charges for outside all those small shops that were desperately trying to keep their head above water, and then you charge, like you said, absolutely. And I wish now that we'd all galvanised each other more and done... I mean, we wouldn't have won. We wouldn't have won over that supermarket, but at least we would have felt something, because I just don't go down to that area anymore. We've got 5 chicken shops, great, horrible chicken, fried food, kids coming out of school having chicken for their lunch, for their dinner every day, and we've got 2 kebab shops, and I don't know how they survive beyond anything else. And a gambling shop.
Late-night drinking.
And a gambling shop. And it's just ruined the whole area.
And I could counter that with... I live in Kent, in Sevenoaks, and, of course, with recession, the high street went down a bit. There was a lot of charity shops. But just literally yesterday, one of the huge supermarkets opened pretty well right in the middle of the town. Now, the effect that has had is it's attracting people from the surrounding areas into the town, so suddenly we have a vibrancy about it. And I personally feel passionate about supporting small industry, small shops. So
no, I think it can work in the small towns, but in the little
it's just
corner
the parking issue. And I just think, even if they said first half an hour is free, and then I'd park, and then I'd go to the newsagents, and I'd go to the butchers, and I'd go to the cheese man, and I'd quite happily do that. But when I'm constantly going, oh, I'm in a queue in the, you know, whatever, and I'm thinking, oh, the meter's about to run out, and it's too stressful.
Now, do you know, it's so interesting, because the village I live in, there's talk of a big supermarket coming. It's divided the town, because half want it, half... for all of these arguments. So we're right. I'll let you know how we get on.
Yeah, do.
At the moment, we actually don't know whether the supermarket's going to arrive or not.